Okay, perfect. So, we're going to start off class today, and I'm going to tell you guys a story.
Boo!
Yes, don't boo me. Okay, so my friend's cousin was going to meet her boyfriend's parents for the first time. And when she got there, she was super nervous. And so instead of asking to go to the bathroom like she needed to, she felt too nervous to ask to go to the bathroom, so she asked to go somewhere to wash her hands, hoping that they bring her to the bathroom so she wouldn't feel so awkward about having to ask her boyfriend's parents about going to the bathroom. But then, instead of bringing her to the bathroom, they brought her to a little place in the side of the house that just had a sink. And so that's where the dog hung out. There was just a sink, and she's like, okay, what do I do? Now I feel more awkward because there's no bathroom here. There's just a sink. So what she decides to do, which is a very terrible idea, she gets up on the sink so that she can go to the bathroom. And then the sink falls with her on top of it, and it kills the dog. Okay, so now she's killed their dog, and she doesn't know what to do. So then the boyfriend's parents come in, and they're like, what in the world? Okay, so the story I just told you is not a true story. Sorry, guys.
Why would you say that?
But I've heard that story from many different people all over college, so many different ways. Sometimes the girl kills the dog. Sometimes she gets hit in the side of the head with the sink and is passed out on the floor. Sometimes there's all of these different ideas of how that story went. But what were some clues early on that this might not have been a real story? Yeah.
The room on the outside of the house with just a sink. That's probably not building code.
Okay, so there's a few details that seem a little iffy. Yeah.
Why does the dog chain to the sink?
Okay, why does the dog change to the sink? Another huge one from the very beginning. What did I say? I said my friend's cousin or something along. The second that I don't actually know the person, there's a pretty good chance that what I'm telling you guys is not a true story. So today we're going to be talking about To Kill a Mockingbird, and we're going to be trying to figure out what things are true and what things are false based on the things that they're telling us. So a huge thing to tell if something's true is if the person was actually there. Another one that we've talked about before is age. We've talked about sometimes how you can't rely on somebody who's, say, 5 years old, like Scout, but maybe you could pay more attention to what an adult is saying. So we're going to watch a clip from the To Kill a Mockingbird movie.
Oh, let's just watch the movie.
Yeah, we're going to watch the movie, and you guys are going to try to decide if what she is saying or what they're saying about Boo Radley is true or false based on the things that we've talked about. If it ever turns on. Yeah, there we go. There it is. Okay, so one more time what you're paying attention to. Pay attention to if what they're saying about Boo Radley is true or false. Also, I'll point out some of the characters just so you guys have an idea. Okay, so this walking away is Boo Radley's dad. Over here we have Scout. This is Jen and Dill. Okay.
Hopefully it's playing.
Yeah, we're just missing sound. Let's see. Okay, getting closer.
There goes the meanest man that ever took a breath of life. Why is he the meanest sleep in it. Pitch dark. When you wake up at night, you can hear him. Once I heard him scratching on our screen door, but he was gone by the time Atticus got there. Wonder what he does in there. Wonder what he looks like. Well, judging from his tracks, he's about 6.5 feet tall. He draws squirrels and all the cats he can catch. There's a long, jagged scar that runs all the way across his face. His teeth are yellow and rotten, his eyes are popped, and he drools most of the time. Oh, I don't believe you.
Dill, what are you doing here?
My Lord, Stephanie almost gave me a heart attack.
Dill, I don't want you playing around that house over there. There's a maniac lives there, and he's dangerous.
See? I was just trying to warn him about Boo. He wouldn't believe me.
Well, you just better believe him, Mr. Dill Harris.
Tell him about the time Boo tried to kill his papa.
I was standing in my yard one day when his mama come out yelling, "He's killing us all." Turned out that Boo was sitting in the living room cutting up the paper for his scrapbook, and when his daddy come by, he reached over with his scissors, stabbed him in his leg, pulled him out, and went right on cutting the paper. They wanted to send him to an asylum, but his daddy said no Radley's going to any asylum. So they locked him up in the basement of the courthouse till he nearly died of the damp, and his daddy brought him back home. There he is to this day, sitting over there with his scissors. Lord knows what he's doing or thinking.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come on, Dad, it's 5 o'clock.
Okay.
Where are you going? Time to...
Perfect. Okay. So, based on what we watched, what do you guys think? Did Boo Radley stab his dad in the leg with scissors?
I don't know for sure.
Okay, why do you say we don't know for sure?
Because she wasn't there.
Okay, so who cut and saw if she was there or not? Anybody catch that?
Me, obviously.
Okay, so she was there. She said that she saw it with her own eyes. So should we believe her?
So she was inside the house?
Okay, so she said she was standing outside when the mom came running out.
That's what she said.
But she didn't see the stab.
Okay, so she didn't see the stab. So does she seem reliable? Okay. Sorry, that was a hand. Okay, but what about Scout and Jem? So they're talking about Boo Radley, describing what he looked like, describing all the things he did. Do you guys think he was reliable?
No.
Okay, also no. Why do you say no?
This is for a feeling.
Okay, Lily, why did you say no?
Because he said something about the tracks, and then he described him.
Okay, yeah. So he said, oh, there's some tracks in the ground, but then he described like what his face looked like, described like what his eyes looked like. It's like describing a lot of things that you couldn't tell just from looking at somebody's tracks. Also, a huge thing to take into account, Jem and Scout are 5 and 9 years old, and they're just kind of re-saying some of the things that they've heard around town. So what we're gonna do is I need everybody to go back to the assignment we were working on last time, the true-false one that was putting different categories into true and false. And once you're there, I'll tell you the next thing that we'll do. So just give each table one.
We're doing skids.
Okay, so last time by yourselves, you guys kind of divided the things about the Ewells and the Radleys into 2 different columns, true and false. But this time we're gonna check them all together as a class. And while you guys are looking at the ones that are in front of you, be thinking, is what you're reading reliable or not reliable? So each group has 2 different statements in front of them. And what you guys are going to do together as a group is you're going to double check the answer for those 2 statements. So you're going to figure out, is it true or is it false? And then you're going to tell the class about it. So what you need to do is look at your paper in front of you, decide if it's true or false, and then also come up with the reason why. So I'm going to give you guys about 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Talk about the ones in your group, and then come up with the why for the ones in front of you. Okay. Yeah, so you guys can all start talking. Okay, what did you guys say over here? Okay, so there's 2 different ones. So are they both true? Okay, and why do you guys say that?
Pretty sure they don't know what cooties is.
Okay.
No, the cooties one is true. I know that.
Okay, and if you guys are struggling, look at the top of your paper. There's also page numbers that you can use the book to try to figure out.
I'm talking about like bugs or something. Like lice. Oh, that's lice or something. So both of them are true, just one? I don't know about the top one.
Wait, did she say we have to find the truth and the lie, or do we have to just decide?
So you think that the rabbit could
I don't feel like that. We'll just say both are true.
Okay. Oh yeah, look it up. So you used To Kill a Mockingbird. So there's like page numbers at the top, so you can just go straight to those page numbers.
How do they know that these are the bread because flowers? It's a So, find out if it's reliable, because I haven't.
Yeah. So for example,
Or you can't just do that in general.
the owls look like animals.
That's a
So
superpower.
you look at the book and see where it says
Usually
that,
that's neat, but.
and then see if what they're saying is
So
reliable.
what it would draw.
I didn't even say this. Malevolent?
No, false names for
So do you guys remember this part? The sentence? Yeah. How we found out that that. So this was happening in what classroom? Someone was actually there.
Okay, so I'm going to give you guys one example and then I'll give you a little bit more time to work in your groups. But one of the statements on there is that Burrus can't spell his own name. So what I would do is I would look at the page numbers at the top and I'm going to go to page 26. And then I'll read this to you guys and you can tell me if you think it's true or false.
It's true.
Okay, Miss Caroline is the teacher, and she inspected her roll book. I have a Yule here, but I don't have a first name. Would you spell your first name for me? Don't know how. They call me Burrus at home. Well, Burrus, said Mrs. Caroline, I think we'd better excuse you for the rest of the afternoon. So can Burrus spell his name? No. And why do we believe that? Yeah, because they said it. Scout was there when it happened. That's going to be reliable because she was there in the time that everything was happening. Okay, so that's what you guys would do for your same ones in front of you. You're going to say, okay, is this just somebody telling me that it happened, or is it actually happening? Okay, and I'll give you guys 2 more minutes just to make sure that you double check and you have a why for why you chose true or false for yours.
Oh, so we already did this then.
Yeah,
So around
so
that
what
one
you
thing,
do now
I forget which paper, but
you guys all agree which one we look at, and then
it's probably not.
So just compare with each other your true and falses and make sure that you have. So I think the same one, and then it should be true, then you if not, then you defend it.
come up with a why. Why do you think that
Where is your thing? What would be the true false?
You want me to pull that up?
Yeah, I know. But right now what you guys are doing is you will read, or Dak will read his
True or false?
true false, like his first one. And then you two decide if you agree or not, yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So you're just gonna go through each one.
What does malevolent mean?
Malevolent is kind of evil, and phantom is like a ghost. Yeah.
Huh? Is Food Red like a ghost? A ghost because he stays in his house all day. I think they're both true.
Yeah, I gotta have it.
You're going to compare.
Brewers can't spell his name. That's right.
The first one, you say,
Oh,
true.
man.
And then if you guys agree, great. If not, you need to defend one way or the
Yeah,
other.
put that one.
Yes, M-A.
Yeah, put that straight.
We originally only did the one.
Help.
Stephanie, you're right. Yeah.
Okay, it looks like most people are finishing up. So, I need everybody's attention here so you guys don't get lost for this next part. Okay, so what you guys are going to do for this part is a group's going to be talking. They're going to tell if it's true or false and defend it. Then you're going to look at your own true or false and make sure that yours matches up with theirs. And if you still don't think that, if you still think that yours is right, then you raise your hand and we'll talk about it. We'll try to figure it out. Okay, we're going to start with this table over here. So which ones did you guys have? Okay, so read the statements over here. Okay, so they have the Yule's mom is dead. And what did you guys say for that? Did you say that was true or false? True. Okay, and why did you guys say that was true?
Because that's what we thought and felt. Thank you very much.
Nice. Okay, where in the book does it talk about that? Or what does it say to support that? Okay, yeah, and who is saying that? Okay, so it wasn't Scout, but you're getting very close. So, with the Yule's mom is dead, it was actually Atticus who was the one who said that. So do you feel like Atticus is reliable?
No,
Okay, why don't you think he's reliable?
he's not there.
Okay,
He doesn't live with them.
so he doesn't live with them. But if you live in the same town as somebody, can you know if someone's dead?
Maybe. Actually, yeah, my mom.
Probably. Okay, so Atticus is their dad, and he says that somebody in the town is dead. Do you think we should believe him? Probably yes. Okay, so look at your charts and make sure that you have the Yule's mom is dead. Put that under true. Okay, and then the next one, Radley pecans can kill you. What did you guys say for that one? Okay, we can do that one too. Okay, so Jem is the one who said, hey Pablo. Okay, Jem is the one who said that the Radley pecans can kill you. What do you guys think about that one? False? Okay, why do you guys think it's false? Do you think that just because a tree is in a specific yard, it means that it can kill you? So like if pecan trees were in Pablo's yard and we thought Pablo was weird, would that mean that pecans in Pablo's yard are weird? No. Or what about Brian? So we think that Brian's weird And so pecans in Brian's yard, is that weird?
Yeah.
No? Okay. Pablo. Okay. So, the Radley pecans can kill you. Make sure everybody has that in the false part. Radley's pecans can kill you. That's false. So that should be on the false side. Okay. What about you guys over here? Can you read yours really loud, Andrew, so everyone can hear?
Yeah, Andrew. But your answer. Boo Radley is a malevolent phantom, and Burris has cooties.
Okay. So, Boo Radley is a malevolent phantom. What did you guys say for that one?
I put false.
Okay, false. And why did you say false?
Because I didn't know what it meant.
Okay. So, Boo Radley is a malevolent phantom, which just means an evil phantom. But Jem was the one who said it. So, do you guys think that that's true or false? Probably false. Okay, and then read your last one over there.
Burris has cooties.
Okay, Beers has cooties. What did you say for that one?
That it's true.
Please repeat the question.
Does Beers have cooties?
Of course.
Yeah, that one's actually true. So make sure on your sheet that you move it over to true. Beers has cooties. Yeah. Or Burris, however you want to say it. But he actually does have cooties. So in the book, it says that Scout saw a cootie, which is just like a bug, crawling out of his hair. Well, back then they called like head lice cooties. So he had like head lice crawling out of his hair.
Boys have cooties.
Okay, so good job. Okay, over here. Owen, can you read your sheet really loud for us?
Oh yeah, of course. Boo has a long scar across his face. His teeth are yellow and his eyes fall out.
Okay, what did you guys say for that? Did you say that was true or
That's
false?
false because I can tell you right now, he's not yellow. He's a happy young man.
Okay, anything to back that up? Just that you say it. Okay, yeah, that one. Yeah, Gavin.
Just like your neck.
It's not really true because they've said that.
Yeah. Okay, so this is going back to what we were talking about footprints. You can't tell what somebody looks like just from looking at their footprints. So he has a scar. That's false. Okay, and read your last one, Owen.
I only have one.
You have two.
Somebody's pulling a trick.
Bob Ewell is a
poacher. Bob Ewelly is a poacher.
Okay, is that true or false?
Yep, it's true.
Okay, that's true. So Bob Ewell's a poacher. Make sure everybody switches that to the true side.
Oh yeah.
Okay, you guys over here.
Boo is dead and his family stuffed him up the chimney.
Okay, Boo is dead and his family stuffed him up the chimney. Is that true or false? Okay, false. Why do you think that's false?
That'd be cruel.
You have to do some pretty serious things to keep a body in a chimney. And then it would clog up your chimney so by the time you had a fire, you could smoke out your house.
Yeah, that's pretty disgusting. Okay, so that's false. So make sure you move the Boo Radley's body is not in the chimney over to false. Okay, and then read your other one.
Says the Yules look like animals. I put true.
Okay, and why did you guys say true?
Well, even the book stated that they looked like animals. So.
Yeah, so we heard that from Atticus. Atticus was the one who said that. So the Ewells lived like animals. That's going to be in the true side. Lived. Okay. Jaden, this table over here. Okay. Stanley, do you want to read yours really loud for us?
No.
Okay. Okay, somebody do it. I don't care who. Okay, Jordan. Falls on you.
Big Bean.
The Eels have been the disgrace of making friendship for 3 genders or count.
Okay, did you guys say that was true or false?
True.
Okay, yeah, that was something that Atticus told us. Okay, and then what's your second one?
Bruce, the neck is gray, his hands are rusty, his fingers are
Okay, what did you guys say about that one?
False.
Okay, so that one's actually true. So when Scout goes to school, okay, so when Scout goes to school, she starts describing Beerus, and she says his neck is gray, his hands are rusty, and his fingernails are black.
These kids are mean.
So that wasn't true.
Yeah, that one's true.
I had them on.
Okay, we're almost done. So this table over here, can you read yours really loud for us? Okay, Brian.
Right. Boo's icy breath can kill flowers.
Okay, did you guys say that was true or false? Okay, why did you say it was false?
Because no one can do that.
Okay, yeah. So they're describing a person, and clearly nobody can do that. Okay, second one, Leo.
Who is mentally ill or maybe handicapped?
Okay, what did you guys say for that one?
Put true.
Please repeat the question.
Is Boo mentally ill or handicapped?
He's both.
And they said true. Why did you guys say true?
Because you have to be mentally ill to be
Maybe like what the woman said was true, that he stabbed his father with the scissors.
Okay.
If that was true, then he would be ill. Or
Okay, so Boo is mentally ill. That would go in the true column. And then the third one.
the Yules have never done honest work.
Okay. Wait, sorry, one more time. I didn't catch that.
The Yules have never done honest work.
Okay, the Yules have never done honest work. What did you guys say for that one?
Put true.
Okay, that one's also true because Atticus told us that. Okay, then Lupe and Gage.
So the joke is Boo is a polite person, and he said true because Mrs. Mobley or something, her name is, said that when he was a kid, he she thought he was like Steve or polite and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so Boo is a polite person. That's true.
What?
Really?
What?
Yeah, so we heard that from a person in the town. They knew Boo growing up, and they said he was a very polite person. Okay, then what's your second one?
Raw squirrels and any cats he can catch, and that is false because if he catches those ones, he would have to go outside and stuff.
Yes.
I don't see him outside.
Yeah, that's awesome. So Boo, he doesn't eat raw squirrels. He doesn't really even go outside. So that's going to be in false. And then finally, this table over here. What were yours?
First, called his teachers not
Okay, what did you guys say for that one?
He said that was true.
Okay, why do you think that one's true?
Because Scout heard him say that.
Yeah, so Scout heard him say that to the teacher. So that one's true. Then the second one.
Boo goes out at night when the moon is down and keeps in the
Okay, what did you guys say for that one? Okay, yeah, that one's false. So Boo doesn't peep in windows at night. Okay, so finally, everybody should have the correct true and false on both sides now that we went through it all together. So I need everybody to scroll down to the second sheet. Okay, so talking about all the things that we said were true and false, you guys are going to decide who the real bad guy is. Who is the real antagonist in this story? If you think that it's Boo Radley, then you're going to use one of the things that we talked about. If you think that it's the Yules, you're also going to use some example that we talked about in class. So if you guys look at the instructions, you're going to notice that it looks really similar to what you guys did with the iSearch paper. And that's on purpose. So there's a topic sentence. You're supposed to use a quote, explain your quote, and then conclude. So that's the same format that you guys did for the paragraphs that you were working on when you did your presentations. So your topic sentence is going to say if you think that Boo Radley is the real bad person, or if you think that Bob Ewell is the real bad person. And then you're going to support that with the true or false things that we put on the page before that. So you guys have the rest of class to work on that. I'll be walking around to help you guys out if you have any questions. But think first, because it's the first thing you're going to answer. Who's the real bad guy, Boo Radley or Bob Ewell? you guys think over here? Do you think that Boo Radley or Bob Yule is the real bad person?
Bob.
Bob Yule?
Radley was such an innocent child.
Okay.
I think it's Bob Yule.
So why do you think that? From like the evidence that we found up.
Like everything's like against Boo Radley. No one knows if it's true or not. More out there.
Yeah, so like Bob Yule, the things that he's doing, like everybody knows are true, and they're actually bad. But Boo Radley, yeah, yeah, for sure. Okay, yeah, so you guys can start writing.
It won't let me write. Oh yeah. Won't let me write. Yeah, Pablo, get him. Go. You know what you're doing, right? Let's jump!
Okay, Dad. Okay, what you're gonna do? You're gonna decide who the good person is and who the bad person is. So do you think that it's Boo Radley or do you think that it's
Who's the good person or bad?
Okay, so Boo's good. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna write everything that Boo is has, and then you're gonna use one of these facts to support what you said. Does that make sense? Okay.
Can I just say that the whole family?
Yeah, you can do it. Okay. Alright, guys, do you have
A-O-K.
Okay. So who do you guys think is the bad?
Who's the good guy? Who's the bad guy? Who Radley's gonna be the good guy? So you just write why. Why that's good. He's not like he's a bobblehead, bro. How? You really how? Do it.
Hey, Jordan, keep going.
Never seen an eye look so wild. You'd rather the good guy that does all of these on
I mean, anything that's Bob or Radley?
Oh my God, the van.
Okay, so that's how you start your paragraph. Okay,